Hello, welcome to the Roy Rogers News Channel. Thank you so much for watching. Alright, today, for our PokeMMO interview series, I would like to feature a man that is a well-accomplished Twitch streamer, YouTuber, and also a competitive player and shiny hunter, and a person who catches breeders. So, MoxieMozzie, would you like to say hello?
Hey, hello everyone.
Awesome, awesome. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the questions right now. Alright, so I would like to ask, how long have you played PokeMMO, Moxie?
Essentially, I've been playing since the end of 2018. So I think October is when I actually truly started, and I've been playing nonstop. Well, I shouldn't say nonstop. I had some breaks, but I've been playing on an addictive level since then. But I wish I would have knew about this game earlier, like in 2012, because I probably would have played a lot earlier than I did.
Oh, nice. Alright, and if I may ask, what activity do you enjoy doing in game? Do you like the competitive scene? Do you like shiny hunting? Or do you like catching breeders?
Oh man, you got me on the catching breeders. That's catching breeders is my favorite thing uh in this game because it's just relaxing. There's a little bit of like a gambling, rolling the dice because like you catch a breeder, you get to look at what you got. Did I get a good one? Sometimes you get a 3x31. You're like, oh yeah, and you can watch a show and just kind of relax while doing it. I know a lot of people probably think I enjoy the PvP side more, but to be honest, I like to relax a lot, and catching breeders is the thing to do.
Oh man, so yeah, for me, I lounge in my office chair while I do EV training at times because I find it very relaxing. Do you have a setup like that where you lounge in your office chair or an easy lazy boy?
Oh yeah. So typically I got a show on that me and the wife are watching, and I got my chair reclined back, and I got PokeMMO open on my phone on my lap.
Oh, nice. Nice setup, man. Nice setup. I kind of do that sometimes as well. So I do have to ask you, back on Pokemon matters, when did you aspire to start up a popular YouTube and Twitch channel?
All right. So a long time ago, and not really that long ago, but in 2012, I started doing YouTube for Clash of Clans. I thought it was a really good idea. Um, I really dove into it, bought a bunch of equipment, and then I ended up moving to a place where I didn't have internet, so I stopped doing it. And then I moved to another place where I had really good internet, and I just went, I want to stream because I watched streamers at the time, and I thought it was a really fun idea, and I just wanted to dive right into it. And to shock most people, I actually didn't start streaming PokeMMO. I started streaming a whole bunch of random games like Fortnite and Realm Royale, Magic the Gathering, and then I found PokeMMO, and my stream kind of shifted right to PokeMMO, and then I actually started up the YouTube, essentially in like last year. Then October-ish, I started posting videos because I got the itch to start doing YouTube content again, and just kind of went forward with that.
Oh, nice. I'm proud to have you as a partner in terms of advertising.
Likewise.
Certainly. All right, so if you see the Pokemon channel indexed on Roy Rogers News, your channel should be on there.
And you actually have a lot of amazing PokeMMO content creators on there.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. I would like to ask you this. What is the origin behind your decision to make Snorlax your mascot?
Uh, uh, so, besides the fact that I look and act like Snorlax, I had a buddy growing up that would always call me Snorlax, because I ate a lot of food and I was lazy and I like to sleep. So he naturally like referenced Snorlax to me, and I don't know if it was meant to be more of a jest or playful. But I, really looking at it, I ended up starting to fall in love with Snorlax because it's exactly what I'd like in a Pokemon. Like if Pokemon were it real, I would love to have a Snorlax because we'd be like basically the same thing. I enjoy being lazy from time to time. I enjoy sleep and food way too much, and it just that whole interaction with my friend kind of just tied right into I really like Snorlax, and then that became my mascot, and then and that was the end. That was where I it was MoxieMozzie and Snorlax from there on forward.
Can I tell you some trivia that you may be satisfied with?
Go for it.
Did you know that Snorlax was based upon a Game Freak worker? And uh, the co-workers there at Game Freak, they were making fun of him. So what they did was that they named the Pokemon Snorlax, and then they essentially attribute the Snorlax to that particular co-worker. So did you know about that?
Yeah, they even made Snorlax kind of look like him as well, and is more in jest, right? I'm pretty sure that guy's my brother. I'm pretty sure. I should look into it.
Moxie, you got to fly to Japan and meet him someday.
It'd be fun to go to Japan. All right.
Yeah, certainly. And what is your method in terms of researching a topic like farming amulet coins and your Ditto farming video, which, by the way, I featured in the PokeMMO FAQ video, episode 2. Please check out MoxieMozzie's Ditto farming video because he did a lot of research as to what balls to use and the optimal method of catching Dittos. So, MoxieMozzie, thank you for your research and thank you for giving me permission to feature your content on the PokeMMO FAQ video, episode 2.
I'd like to say thank you for featuring it, first of all. Now, to get to your question, I like to be efficient in this game because, you only have so much time to play the game, to grind the game, and the more efficient you are, the more things you get done in the game. So I bring that idea of efficiency into every aspect of the game. And one is I was seeing like, you can catch Dittos and you can make money doing it. What's the most efficient way to do it? Also keeping in mind that a lot of people are new to the game, and maybe what's the easiest way for them to get into catching Dittos as well. So what I end up doing is talking to a lot of people, testing out a lot of ideas that other people have had, ideas that I've had, see what works best, get a lot of data points, a lot of samples from each catching. I mean, it took me a long time to use the amount of Pokeballs that I used to catch as many Dittos as I did. But in doing so, we can shed some light on what's the most efficient way, and then I can share it with the community.
That's wonderful. All right, and the Ditto guide that I revamped, did it help you in terms of your research?
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I tend to look at what we have as a community for information on like guide wise, and because I really don't want to kind of say the same information regurgitated in another guide. I wanted to elaborate on that. So yes, it did in fact help a lot.
Awesome. All right, certainly. And can I throw a suggestion in terms of like newer players and what Pokemon to catch and stuff? I would like to suggest Parasect because you can catch Parasect already at a high level in Cerulean Cave. It has False Swipe and Spore and Substitute and Protect. I don't think Parasect is a permanent tool you should be using, but I think it's a decent start because False Swipe is now a TM. Parasect naturally learns Spore. Substitute is a TM and Protect is a TM. So what's your advice on people using Parasect to hunt Dittos?
Yeah, that's actually not a bad substitute. Just looking at like Parasec's base stats, its attack's really high, and the only thing you're really sacrificing is it does have pretty low speed, but when you're leveling it up to 100 and you're only battling, level 40 Dittos, speed might not be an issue at that point. And then the other thing would be maybe like you don't have poison heal, so you'd have to run leftovers, and leftovers doesn't heal as much as poison heal. But I think it's a viable replacement for anyone who doesn't have access to Hoenn and doesn't want to try to level up Breloom.
Right, yeah, and certainly. The thing is that you can find a hidden leftovers already. I mean, where Snorlax slept, that particular tile has the leftovers, so you can be able to get that easily. And Parasect takes minimal effort to catch. It's already at a high level anyway, so you just level it up from there, and then they use that as Ditto catch. Although, as I mentioned before, it should not be your permanent solution. You should shift once you have the finances You should shift to a Breloom, or you should shift to a dedicated catcher with the toxic orb so you can get the maximum effect. And watch MoxieMozzie's Ditto farming video for that, right?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. I figured that'd be a good plug for you. All right, and I would like to ask on a less intense question, how did you find PokeMMO?
All right. Yeah, no, it was by sheer chance. I was streaming. I had a member in the chat mention PokeMMO to myself, and I remembered to look into it afterwards with a friend, and that was it. I was addicted to PokeMMO once I realized what I had stumbled upon. My whole stream, everything kind of shifted right to Pokemon and PokeMMO.
That's
I,
great.
I owe that guy a lot, a lot of thanks for bringing it up.
Certainly, certainly. And I'm sure that PokeMMO is glad to have you on as a Twitch streamer and a YouTuber. In fact, I think, I'm not sure if I mentioned this on camera, but I'm going to mention this to you. I remember when I was in a conference with MT Birchfield and Roded, and I once mentioned your name, and MT Birchfield, he was a big fan of your content, and also Roded had some kind words. Like, oh yeah, it's nice to see him in my comment section. So, yeah, MT Birchfield and Roded, they really like you.
Oh, nice. I'm glad to hear that. I like both of them as content creators too.
Certainly, certainly. And speaking about future content creators, do you have any advice for future content creators?
Yeah, so my advice for future content creators is if you want to make content creation and for PokeMMO or for anything in general, but just do it. Be yourself. Don't try to change anything. Just be yourself and find what content you want to create and create it. Because a lot of people go into content creation with these ideas, these fears that they're not going to be good enough or people aren't going to like it or something like that. And to be honest, people out there and that are enjoying this content, that are enjoying, for example, this interview right here, they're amazing and they're very supportive. And you have nothing to fear. Just go out there and create content and have a fun journey creating this content. And yeah, and definitely let me know that you're creating the content so I can watch it as well.
Certainly, certainly. And do you have any closing thoughts for our segment here?
I have no closing thoughts. I just want to say I'm honored that you chose me to come in for the interview. Like you could have chose a million other people and you chose me, and I really appreciate it, and I'm honored to be here.
Certainly. Yeah, you know, I see the amount of work that you do in game, and I'm really honored at the fact that you would take the time to help out people, even if you're not doing your Twitch stream or doing YouTube. I am so thankful of the amount of dedication and work that you've done to help out people in the game. And Moxie, thank you so much for your contributions here on PokeMMO, and thank you so much for your guides in the Guide Tavern. I have seen a few guides of yours.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, they're fun to make, are they not? Guides are fun.
You're speaking to the man that tries to look for the voids in game and fills them. And
I
yeah.
know, I know. Your guides are amazing.
Thanks, man. But yeah, they are a lot of fun to make. You know, collaborations are really fun though, especially when you can get people to do research on one particular topic. It's fun to see what the results have for us. Yeah, I figured, hey, nobody made a coin guide for the casino. Nobody made a battle point guide. All right, time for me to make it.
Yeah,
And with the help of Ednus, Ednus did send screenshots of the prizes and stuff, so I do want to thank Ednus for that. But I try to look for the missing parts in the game and I try to fill them, just like you. Thank you so much for helping me fill the holes.
no problem.
Certainly. All right. And, anyways, before we sign off here, I have one small request that I would like to ask of you. In your next Twitch stream, can you mention this particular interview? Because I want your viewers to know who you are, and I tried my best to get a little bit of an insight as to who you are.
Oh yeah. I'll mention it with my voice, but also I'll put it in a bot so that there's a timer going off that, in case I do forget to mention it multiple times, the bot will have my back, and we'll get the link out for this video. But for sure I'll be mentioning it. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
Excellent. All right. And I think it's about that time that we sign off here of the PokeMMO interview series. And Moxie, thank you so much for being a guest here in the PokeMMO interview series.
Thank you.
All right. And my apologies, this is the second tape that I've done with MoxieMozzie. My antivirus fighting software recently put in a new update today that actually has two things to disable. So now I have to disable one thing and another thing, and then I can start recording. So, Moxie, I appreciate your patience.
Not a problem.
Alright, so this is the Roy Rogers News Channel. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to the channel, like the content that you see here. And this is the Roy Rogers News Channel signing off. Fast, accurate advice, Rogers News.